ESPN FC is presented by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming. The Bundesliga kicks off tomorrow. No surprise, Bayern Munich are the favourites to defend their titles, of course. Some new faces, including Luis Diaz. We spoke yesterday about his settling in. There he is, a bit of lederhosen, a bit of beer as well ahead of the start of the season. They've already started, though, with a win in the Super Cup, and he spoke to Gemma Soler about that and looking ahead to the new campaign.
Ha hecho una apuesta muy grande por ti el Bayern. Imagino que es bonito, ¿no? Poder ya responder y vivir ese primer contacto de alegría con la hinchada, tu nueva hinchada.
Sí, total. Muy feliz porque, bueno, así como tú lo dices, fue una apuesta muy grande y la verdad que estoy muy agradecido por las directivas llegar hacia mí, tener un buen proyecto, confiar en mí, que no es nada fácil, así que bueno, a mí me toca siempre responder en el campo, comenzar de esta manera, estar ahí junto a mis compañeros, celebrando junto a la afición, es increíble, así que nada, muy merecido.
Bayern then start their campaign tomorrow. At home against Leipzig in a game you can see live on ESPN, plus some familiar faces. Join us to look ahead to that tie.
Thanks, Dan. The Bundesliga is back. Bayern against RB Leipzig, and Bayern, unsurprisingly, are the hot favourites for the Bundesliga title once again. Thomas Hitzlsperger, Jan-Åge Fjørtoft. The thing is, there's stormy weather in Munich, not just here today in Marienplatz, but also at Bayern Munich right now because of the lack of signings. They've lost Kingsley Coman, Leroy Sané, Thomas Müller, Jamal Musiala out injured until the end of the year, Jan, and yet only Luis Diaz has come in. I know 17-year-old Lennart Karl is meant to be good, but I don't think he can quite cover this, so what's going on?
So this is a mandate for Max Eberl, the head of sport. They tell him, we're going to win the Champions League, so we need a team for that. We need star to excite the crowd. But then again, we have to save money. You have to get young players in, less salary and a reduced squad. So it's a tough job for Max Eberl. But you're right, they're the big favourite to win the Bundesliga, but that's not the standard of this team. And if you see the other teams in the world, and I'm saying in the world and in the different leagues, how they invest, which players they got, it seems that Bayern have a trouble to find their niche. Where are we getting the players to German Bundesliga? The German clubs have found a niche selling them to English football, but Bayern are struggling at the moment, and we haven't even started.
Thomas, I'm sensing an air of concern from Vincent Kompany when he said last week that they've got the quality but not the depth. And when even Harry Kane is telling us that this is the thinnest squad he's ever played in, these are noises that you're not used to hearing from these people at Bayern, which tells me maybe there's something up.
Well, there is a little bit. I wouldn't be too concerned right now. Let's face it, Bayern Munich, they still have the best squad in the Bundesliga. So for the first half of the season, I wouldn't be too concerned. But of course, if they want to win the Champions League, they need more quality, more depth in particular. And now Bayern facing that problem amongst other big teams, they are not on the front foot. They can't spend 200-300 million like some other teams, and yet they want to compete with the best teams in the world. So this is the issue. There is so much noise around the club, and there has been for too long. I'm a little bit concerned for them winning more trophies, because that's what the club is used to. And right now, too many people, important people, are concerned, and that is Harry Kane, Vincent Kompany, and Uli Hoeneß.
When it comes to RB Leipzig, Jan, lots of changes this summer. New coach in Ole Werner, new captain in David Raum stepping up for Willi Orban, who stays at the club, and some old faces having to take a back seat, the likes of Amadou Haidara, Kevin Campbell, for example. More new faces through the door. Only one of those played at the weekend in the Cup against Sandhausen, Jan Diamond. What does this all add up to for you?
Well, it's add up to that Leipzig in this transfer window have looked for the Leipzig, the RB, the Red Bull DNA. So they spent over 100 million euros, and you have to make sure that you're well prepared for this season because they're not so very well known. But Leipzig also saying this is the biggest transition they've had in the history of their club, meaning that they're starting all over again, starting with Jürgen Klopp being in there. They get Ole Werner, who was kind of well known in Werder Bremen, to play with young players, to get young players in, to play an attacking way of football. So it's a very important season for RB Leipzig as well. Where are they going to be? Like last season, or are they going to chase for the Champions League again?
Thomas, tomorrow night, Bayern and Leipzig. Pick a player from either side who piques your interest.
I'd start with David Raum. As a captain, I think he's so crucial to this team. He's got to deliver now. I think he's ready for this role, so I watch out for him. On the other side, I would still expect Bayern to go forward, to attack, to impress people, and Michael Olise is the player I love watching the most.
Jan, quickly, your
I will
picks.
go Anthony Nusa. Norwegian, but a 20-year-old Norwegian. He's going to be very important for Leipzig and going to be very important for Norway when we, for the first time, like for 100 years, going to qualify for the World Cup.
And from Bayern?
From Bayern, I'm interested to see the Kane-Diaz combination. They started well in the Super Cup, and I'm interested to see how they will combine in the game. And as you're saying, they will do well going forward, Bayern.
Lots to look out for tomorrow night at the Allianz Arena. Jan Fjørtoft, Thomas Hitzlsperger, thank you very much. The Bundesliga is back, Dan, and we're looking forward to it. Back to you in the studio.
Great stuff. Thank you very much, guys. Just a reminder then, Bayern against Leipzig, Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern on ESPN 2 and ESPN Plus. And to keep up to date with all the latest German news, be sure to check out our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to ESPN FC.